Jill Stein is running nationwide for President of the United States as the Green Party candidate. In Massachusetts, the party is called the Green Rainbow Party. In at least 48 states, people will be able to vote for Jill Stein. Her candidacy is the only one with wide ballot access that is not corrupted by lobbyist money, corporate money, or by super PACs. She is the one candidate who can stand up for what the American people are craving. Her platform includes a call for jobs program to create 20 million new jobs to reverse the crisis of climate change. It calls for canceling the debt incurred by people for getting a higher education. She also has a plan to work for peace in the world instead of fighting unnecessary wars. There is much more, but let's just concentrate on these three items. First, most of us are not benefiting from the so-called economic recovery because there are not enough living wage jobs. Living wage jobs for all gives people enough purchasing power to keep the economy fully employed. Now we are stuck with a situation where companies have no reason to invest and hire. People do not have the money to buy what companies are already able to produce. When this happens, only the national government has the resources to get the economy rolling again toward a self-sustaining recovery. Tax cuts for the job creators will not encourage a sane capitalist to invest in a factory when they are now closing factories. People cannot afford to buy what the economy can already produce. In this situation, the national government has to be the consumer of last resort by buying infrastructure improvements and making other investment purchases that the country needs. Jill Stein is the only candidate that seems to understand this. Our country depends on the younger generations to provide the new ideas that can drive us to a better future. With the current generations trapped in student debt and no good jobs available to make it easy to pay off that debt, they will be unable to provide the innovation that drives the society forward. Innovation is what past generations have always provided. It is in all of our interests to free up the creativity of the younger generations. We know we had the resources to bail out the banks to stop the economic crash of 2008-2009. It will be much cheaper to bail out the people who are mired in student debt. To work for peace in the world, we have to recognize that our continued attempts to dominate the world is what is causing most of the attacks against us. The unrest that we are causing creates a refugee crisis that forces immigrants to try to seek asylum in our country. We must cooperate with other countries to achieve the peaceful goals that almost all people in the world want. Jill Stein knows that we won't get there if we insist on doing everything our own way. We should not keep refusing to listen to what other people want. The peace dividend, if we cooperate, is that we won't have to spend huge amounts of money on weapons anymore. We won't have to build any walls to keep people out of our country. If we don't work to reverse the ravages of climate change in the near future, we will not even have a habitable world in which to live. All of the pieces of Jill Stein's strategy for our country fit together to create a livable future for us and our descendants. Now, even if she may not have a chance of being elected in 2016, it is important to think about how to build toward this kind of world. This year, the campaign spent a lot of energy and money to get ballot access in as many states as it could. Jill Stein only has to reach the level of 5% of the votes in this election so that the Green Party will not be required to fight for ballot access again. Moreover, the party will be eligible for millions of dollars in matching federal funds in the next election. This will allow Jill Stein, or whoever the next candidate might be, to get her message out to more people. Many people think that the two major corporate political parties and their candidates are their only choices. Let's not let this situation continue any longer. It is time that enough of us started investing our votes in the future of this country and the world. To find out more about Jill Stein and her running mate Ajamu Baraka, go to their website at jill2016.com.
From the studios of WCCA TV, thank you for watching our weekly news.